False Start, a college football podcast for everyone and everyone else. I'm your host, John Buhler, lead writer for Fansided. I'm joined today by a man who plans to take me higher to a place where blind men see and streets that are paved in gold. But in reality, I think he's just, for lack of a better word here, make sure I'm gonna get this absolutely correct. He's finna to get people to stand up out of wheelchairs. Cody Williams, content director, fansided.com. How are you?
Dude, week one is here, man.
Yes.
Like it is fully here. We're just getting some of the most ridiculous things you ever heard. We thought, we knew when Thomas Castellanos was out here, talking his ass to Alabama that that wasn't going to be the wildest thing, and boy, were we right about that.
Yeah, week one starts tonight with about 17 games on tap. I got to pay attention to Wisconsin and Miami, Ohio for my new role at Fansided. Yes, I'm only covering college football for the network, so Cody gave me up for adoption, and I have a new dad now.
I left you outside the firehouse.
Firehouse subs, because this is a safe place.
That's right. I wanted to make sure you were well fed, you know?
Hook and ladder, line and sinker. But yeah, got a lot of people saying a bunch of crazy stuff today, and we got some Antonio, we got some games to watch, we got some games to pick. So today's going to be wild, and then we will be coming to you semi-live after LSU-Clemson on Saturday night with 3 yards and a cloud of punt. We will be doing a show on Labor Day morning before your boys tee it up at Keenan versus the Horned Frogs.
God bless America. I can't believe it's a standalone game. I'm gonna kill myself.
Uh, and while we fall start a little bit longer, so you don't do that, let's move on to some 4 for 4. Uh, the lead topic of today's show came out of nowhere. We were figuring out like what is it going to be? It's going to present itself, and lo and behold, uh, my fellow writer from the NCAA division, Sam Ferris, with the Ferris Bueller connection, she put out there, yeah, look what Deshaun Singleton said for Nebraska. And when discussing how Nebraska is going to go this year, and again, I think they're going to go 9-3. Josh Pate thinks they're going to go 10-2. Ollie Vandervoort thinks they're going to win the national title. But like everywhere in between, there's optimism for Nebraska. But
Yeah.
Singleton said, "We finna make people we finna make people in wheelchairs stand up," is basically the direct quote.
The fact that that's a direct quote is unbelievable.
So while Nebraska being good is certainly commendable, it's not going to necessarily make us stand up in wheelchairs. But let's go through each Power Four league and what's like one thing that would definitely make us stand up in a wheelchair if we were in one.
That's right. That's right. I'll
Let's
I'll
start.
sit in one so I can get out of it. You know what I mean?
Yes, we're sitting right now, but
Yeah.
all right, let's start with the ACC. What's going to get people to stand up?
Dog, what if UNC like competes for an ACC title under Bill Belichick? Like, what if after all this stuff, like North Carolina's just good?
I can see that now. Bill
And like I'm
Belichick.
obviously going to stand up as a North Carolina fan, but like it's going to become a national thing. Like it's going to become like Coach Prime after like Colorado's first 2 or 3 games in his first season at Colorado. Like it's going to become a thing where like you can't turn on a sports show without them talking about it.
I mean, he's getting all the mamas and papas around Carolina to stand up. He's going to say, "No days off."
That's right. I mean, he's already in his bag. I don't know if you saw his quote. I believe it was yesterday, if not the day before. But someone asked him, if he had any input on like the pregame entertainment at Keenan, and he goes, "I mean, I'd like to score some points. Hopefully, that's entertaining enough." And I'm like, God, Bill, you're still got it in you, brother.
Uh, that's where J Hood comes in.
That's right.
I don't know if you saw this. I think they tried to trademark a phrase.
Yeah,
The Arizona State podcast, like, did you see this? And they're like, nope, but this is amazing. I'm going to talk about it in a few hours.
that's right.
I was an absolute jerk with every single one of these. So for the ACC, that would be a Stanford going to a bowl game. They're already 0-1.
With a loss to Hawaii.
Hawaii.
Tough, tough seeds.
Getting Timmy Chang left and right with Frank Reich, right?
Oh yeah, 100%.
I didn't watch a second of that game, but where do you think Frank Reich thought he was instead of being in Honolulu at the Clarence T. Ching complex?
I probably Key West, honestly. Like that, like he seems like a Key West kind of guy.
He's like, I keep seeing all these. I don't see any cats out here. I don't know where these.
That's
I
right.
just see a bunch of guys in hula hoops.
There's not nearly enough Tommy Bahama going on out here.
Give me to the nearest Margaritaville, brother.
That's right.
He probably thinks he's Jay Buffett now.
Oh, 100%. The Jimmy Buffett of Palo Alto.
He's probably dressed up as Jimmy Buffett for Halloween at least more than once.
Every year, he's just the same costume.
Some days it's not even Halloween.
That's
It's
right.
just Thursday. We did the stat structure of the show and we're already off the rails. Let's move on to the Big Ten.
I'm ready to get like crazy about Bryce Underwood. Like, what if Bryce Underwood's just like awesome immediately? Yeah, like he's been named the starting quarterback at Michigan, and like we talked about it. Like, I do think that there's probably going to be some, a learning curve, some growing pains or whatever. But what if there's not? What if he's just freaking awesome and like is the second coming of Cam Newton, or is like just that damn good and everything you ever hoped him to be? And like Michigan's a threat to the Big Ten. They beat Ohio State. Like, I'm ready to get excited about Bryce Underwood. I like the kid a lot.
Kind of wish he was playing somewhere else, but that's
Yeah, I
okay.
mean, like that is the downfall of it. Like, I wish, like I'd be a lot more like ready to do this if it was LSU. Like, I'd probably just plant my flag, but at Michigan, I'm a little more tepid with it.
You got a Mike the Tiger tattoo on your chest. That's what you would
That's
do.
right. I just get a coach. I'd get Coach O riding Mike the Tiger.
Yeah. Eating a crawfish.
That's right. Go
Po
Tiger.
boy, go Tiger Raw, go Tiger Raw. Mine's kind of in the same sort of vein too. What if the guy, if he gets some sleep, what if Billy Edwards Jr. is the best thing to happen to Madison, Wisconsin? He gets the Heisman Trophy ceremony.
Hell yes, that'd be
Billy!
sick. Billy boy.
We already know he knows how to sling it from playing in Mike Loxley's offense.
Yeah,
And we had probably overlooked this a little bit with Wisconsin here. Again, I'm writing a lot of Wisconsin content now, but Jeff Grimes is a massive upgrade over Phil Longo in terms of OC. So Billy Edwards seems like really confident, really just feels like he's an adult at like 21 years old. So
yeah.
this could work out for him. And also, you're talking about this off air. What does this head coach look like?
Dude, I was watching a Big Ten video that they put out talking to all the head coaches. Luke Fickell looks like Steve Coogan playing a football coach. Like, that's what he looks like. He looks like David Ershon.
David Ershon, David Ershon, Billy Ershon.
That's right.
I can see Luke Fickle going into Nebraska thinking it's like, it's corn syrup, but it's actually his own head. It's
That's
Matt Rule's head.
right.
The cucumber really accents the water quite nicely and it runs the parking lot.
Absolutely. With Big Red looming always.
Hey, Bubba. Okay, let's move on to the Big 12.
I think this is one you and I can both get out of our wheelchairs for. What if Devin Dampier is just awesome, man. Like, I have my doubts about, like, I think he's gonna have some growing pains as well going from New Mexico to the Big 12. But what if he doesn't? It is Utah. Like, Utah has one of the best infrastructures in the college football for getting the most out of their talent, and like this might be one of the most like gifted, talented players that we've seen at quarterback at Utah in a long time. And so, like, what if he's just awesome and takes over the Big 12? Like, not out of the realm of possibility, but it would get me freaking excited to watch Utah every single week.
You never see Nora Sellers and Devin Dampier in the same
It's
place.
true. It's true.
One's
Makes you think.
Superman,
Makes you think.
one's Clark Kent, one's Bruce Banner, one's the Hulk. There's different variations of Batman.
That's right. One's Robert Pattinson, one's Christian Bale.
Where's the trigger? Where is it? Michael Keaton, I'm Batman.
I'm I'm Batman.
This will make my fiance very happy. I'm going to go with the Arizona State Sun Devils winning the college football playoff. That'll get all the snowbirds and the boomers to stand up out of their wheelchairs in the Valley of the Sun. I'll tell you that much.
100%. It definitely get people in Tempe up, that's for sure.
People will stop throwing up into their purses. They're like, oh my God.
No, they won't stop. They'll just take a brief hiatus from it.
They're gonna get so smashed, they're gonna think the Suns won the NBA Finals.
That's right.
Just go Barrett Robbins on everyone's ass, just getting so smashed you thought you won the Super Bowl. No, dude, you're just partying in Tijuana.
Hey, take the moral victories, I guess.
This goes back to our previous episode. All the best vibes curators in the NFL history pretty much played for the Raiders or Bengals.
It's true. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, Ken Stabler, Fred Biletnikoff, Marquette King,
Oh, Marquette King. God.
Barrett Robbins, Charles Woodson, Ben Davidson. Oh yeah, John Matuszek,
Yes.
John Madden, Al
Hell,
Davis.
I'll throw Rich Gannon in there. Rich Gannon seems like a good hang.
Uh, Derek Carr looks like he dates 17-year-olds.
Yeah, we lost the magic somewhere along the way, but
We absolutely did. It's all Napoleon Kaufman's fault.
that's right.
Not really. He fumbled the vibes.
Par for the course.
It'd be like that sometimes. All right, let's move on to the SEC.
The SEC, I have two answers for this one. The first one is just Diego Pavia. Not really doing anything special, just him in general. I'm already out of my wheelchair for the live dog. But also like not surprising that this is my other answer, but Lenora Sellers becoming like an elite passer in addition to being as dangerous of a runner. Like if he's just slinging it for 350 yards a game, I might like need like an inhaler. Like that's where I'm at right now.
I'm in favor of both of those things. And maybe you're in favor of this one. How about Lane Kiffin taking the Rebels to Atlanta?
Oh hell yeah. Hell yeah.
General General Head, William Tecumseh Sherman just in utter shambles right now.
That's right. Put
And-
Lane Kiffin's face on Stone Mountain.
uh, take him to Onyx and just have him burn it down.
That's right.
I don't know if you saw this, the cheetah closed.
Oh, that's sad.
I didn't go there, but people did, and this is false.
That's right. It's a cultural landmark.
I want Lane Kiffin to basically have like he's banned from Atlanta for life, like Zach Mettenberger is banned from Valdosta for life.
Right.
It's gonna make travel a bitch for Lane because you got to connect in Atlanta so much.
Doing a lot of Orlando connection.
Speaking of vibes curation, I think that's why John Madden didn't fly. I think he was just banned from Atlanta.
I mean, makes perfect sense, honestly.
Although they're filming the Madden movie here, apparently. So
Sure, that tracks.
that absolutely tracks 100 million% here. But we got to keep moving on. We got to go on with a question here with some do Host or do Host. Um, Dave Portnoy is making his name felt with Big Noon Kickoff, and they won't let him in the stadium at Ohio Stadium in the Horseshoe because he's a Michigan man. But do Host or do Host? Will Dave Portnoy's antics get in the way of Big Noon Kickoff success this year?
I'm gonna go do Host 1.5 S, but probably 1 S if I'm being honest. Like I'm kind of torn in between the two because it feels like Big Noon's answer to Pat McAfee. Like, let's be clear about that. It's pretty clear, obvious from a marketing perspective. That's what they're trying to get out of this. But at the same time, Dave Portnoy didn't play college football. Dave Portnoy is just Dave Portnoy. And the thing that makes me a little worried about it is like I feel like he's gonna derail every conversation. And like as two people who derail a lot of conversations, like there is some value in that, but we also know how to stay on topic when we're trying to stay on topic. I don't think Dave Portnoy knows how to do that in a very professional sense.
No. I will say though, here's my answer. I'm gonna go do Haas 2 S's
Okay.
because I think that this is all being blown out of proportion to try to take some shine away from the last college game day with Lee Corso in the same state. It's like, oh, we got Dave Portnoy over here lathering himself up in peanut butter like he's Iggy Pop or something.
That's right.
I ran into I ran into Iggy. He says Skippy's the way to go, brother.
Okay, okay. It spreads better.
But you're right though. This is like Fox's thing to counterbalance McAfee being on ESPN and everything like that. It's Disney versus Fox in a TV wars unlike anything else. It's going to basically set Canada back like the Cold Wars with the Royal Canadian Bureau.
Yeah, no, 100%. I do got to say, like, I know Ohio State has come out and said that they didn't ban Dave Portnoy, but like, all of this just continues to make me like not think that last year like is going to continue for Ohio State. Like, this still feels like you're supposed to be the big brother, but you're acting like the little brother. Like, it just, they're so sensitive about this, whereas like you had a decade to hold this over Michigan's head, and now like 4 years in a row, like you're on the wrong side of this, and like you're acting like a spoiled little brat about it, and that like it really bothers me from the Ohio State side of this.
You can clip this. You can say whatever you want. The Michigan Ohio State rivalry is not the best in college football. The games are not interesting. It's all about the offseason stuff. The best games, that's in the Iron Bowl with Alabama, Auburn. Weird stuff happens there every other year. It's absolute lunacy. Both teams are just like, did this really happen? Michigan's like, I can't believe we won. Ohio State's, I can't believe we lost to Michigan, and that's it.
I do want to shout out the Ohio State National Championship commemorative cups that they're selling at the shoe that feature the win-loss record from the regular season. So even their national championship cups have a loss to Michigan on there, which is quite hilarious.
But you did beat Oregon
It's
again.
true. Yeah, yeah.
Not a,
Your long time Big Ten rival, the Oregon Ducks.
I bet you Portnoy tries to smuggle Connor Stallions into the horseshoe.
Oh, there's a 100% chance Connor Stallions is at that game. Probably wearing like the Bobby Valentine mustache.
Like he's at Central Michigan.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't remember where Central Michigan is. I was like Ypsilanti. I'm like, no, I think that's where Eastern Michigan is.
Is it Kalamazoo?
No, that's where Western is.
Oh, son of a. All right. We do have a
We're gonna
Google
find
machine right here.
Central Michigan.
Where is Central?
It's probably like Line and Kugel, Michigan or something.
Mount Pleasant. Not what I have guessed.
No, no. If you would have asked me like a gun to my head what it was, I'm like, nope, couldn't tell you.
Yeah, no idea. I didn't
Well,
know Mount Pleasant was a place. So there's that.
and briefly, Jim McElwain lived there.
He did indeed. He didn't like it. Wasn't enough sea life.
Hold on, dude. This is the city. This is the metropolis, the thriving metropolis of Mount Pleasant, Michigan, where Brian Kelly made Robert Saleh and Matt LaFleur valet park cars.
I'm gonna be honest. Now I'm just more surprised that there was valet parking anywhere.
It's like Schitt's Creek, Canada.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
So we're kind of leaning like this isn't going to be a big deal with Dave Portnoy. We kind of know it is. It's a marketing ploy, and that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, like, let's be clear. Like, just like McAfee isn't taking over every segment of College Game Day, like Portnoy's not going to take over the show. Big Noon Kickoff is still going to be Big Noon Kickoff.
It's like Clay Travis doing his blood bank guarantee, whatever SEC stadium, and then like losing a lot of blood.
Yes, exactly.
Oh man. I guess Dave Portnoy is a response to the going what 3 for 10 and your bets for the weekend. He goes, you missed your mark.
That's right.
I'm gonna let you set this up because this is like I've never seen a segment more guided towards Cody Williams in my entire life than this one.
Yeah, so our boy Texas Tech quarterback Behren Morton Salt, he was part of I believe it was an athletic piece, if I'm not mistaken, where they were asking, college athletes what they've done with their NIL money. Behren Morton Salt is just an absolute legend. He bought 150 acres of land in Texas that he rents out to go hunting, and as a big Friday Night Lights fan, this is the most Tim Riggins energy, which is how I found this quote was someone calling him Tim Riggins. Um, but my God, like, first off, I want to give Baron Morton like a big shout out. That's a responsible investment, young man. Like that's passive income that you're creating right there. I'm proud of you for taking your dollars and making them work for you. At the same time, it's just the funniest thing I could possibly think of. Like, dude was like, I have $1 million right now. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna buy land to let people go hunt. And it's like 30 minutes away from his parents' house.
Is this like in West Texas? I don't know where he's from
Let's see.
specifically.
We'll go to the 24/7.
Like in West Texas, near New Mexico, it's like we'll just give you the land. Like you could we'll just have you out there.
Let's see. It's in Eastland, Texas, which knowing Texas, that probably does mean it's in West Texas. It's like dead in the central of Texas. It's right outside of Dallas.
Okay, there we go.
Like kind of near Abilene is about where it is.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, about halfway between Dallas and Waco, basically.
Yeah.
He bought all the land. The reason it was for free was because it's on the Devil's Pentagram.
That's right.
So all those deer and cattle and whatnot, that's just possessed stuff, dude.
Yeah.
God, I love doing these shows in the morning. These are
Dude, it's so
just
great.
so two questions I've got about this. One, who's the first big celebrity to go there to go visit Behren Morton Salt Flats?
Uh, I'm gonna go with Patrick Mahomes. I think it makes
Yes.
sense. Texas Tech connection. We're gonna get Mahomes out there with a gun.
Yeah, that's where they're gonna have give him that maybe make sure his father's not there
Correct.
and honestly they're gonna call up Jason and say hey we're gonna throw out Travis's bachelor party here.
Oh my God, yes.
Oh dude, the Arizona State podcast was so bad. Just like they did it the same weekend as us. They also started dating around the same time as us.
Complete. I mean, it was obviously calculated attack against you guys, I think.
Piss off, you Swifties. And how do you think they would have kids' birthday parties out there?
Most dangerous game. One
Dude,
kid's not coming back.
um, you guys ever play the game Piggy? It's called Lord of the Flies.
Yeah,
Uh, Beelzebub is in there too. You can find him.
that's right.
But I think they got the evil energy on their side there for Texas Tech. Winston Wilcox had the Red Raiders making the playoff. They weren't really a consideration for me, but that's okay. They're a top 25 team.
I mean, it's the Big 12, man. Like, if you put a Big 12 team in the playoff, I really don't have an argument against it at this point. So, yeah, I need to see some football before we get there.
And I'll tell you who's not allowed to go there. That's Chris Beard.
Oh, 100%. Absolutely not. Chris
Yeah.
Beard's not allowed anywhere, I don't think.
They'll let the guy who was flying the helicopter that crashed Buddy Holly in there before let Chris Beard in. And that guy's dead too.
Oh, got another good celebrity visit. Cliff Kingsbury. Cliff Kingsbury is going to be
Yes.
spending a hell of a lot of time there.
I know. Cliff Kingsbury. I mean, he can't go to Thailand, but he can go to East Texas.
They've got to set up a like, Clemson has the rock that you rub. It's got to be a Mike Leach memorial before you go hunt. Like you rub the Mike Leach memorial before you go hunt.
They need to make like a statue of Mike Leach just wearing like sweatpants with coffee, just coughing, like just on the side, looking like he hasn't showered in 4 days.
The Mike Leach memorial is actually just a statue of Craig James and some other people.
It's a shed.
Yeah.
They come out of the shed.
That's right.
It's Michael Crab. Michael Crabtree, what would he do there?
Michael Crabtree. He probably just imagined every piece of wildlife was Richard Sherman.
He's ripping nose rings out of the cattle thinking they're chains.
That's right.
But also we will remember him at some point. Michael Crabtree, unbelievable. Probably like
So good.
so good. But this is better than I think Dylan Raiola buying land in the metaverse.
Buying land in the metaverse and whatever Patrick Mahomes wore the week before.
He's going to try to go to the Kelsey T Swift wedding. I think they're going to
Oh,
have
100%. He's gonna try to get his wedding crashers on for sure.
since he wants to cosplay as Patrick Mahomes. Like, what do you think is like the last place in the NFL he'd want to go to basically prevent him from doing that?
Ooh, that's a good question. I would
And
say,
you go ahead.
I mean, like it's not realistic, but like Denver.
Yeah.
Denver would be really hard to replicate the Patrick Mahomesness of it all.
What is like the crappiest NFC team you could think of? Put him
The-
put him on the Saints.
yeah, I mean that's a very easy answer there.
No, they're gonna be like, what are you doing? And he's like, Don't you want to hang out with Drew Brees? He's like, no, I don't want to be pinned.
Honestly, you know what a really bad fit for him would be? Like if he tries to go do that with like the Giants and in New York, like New York media would make so much fun of him. Like they would make him cry on the field.
We can only we can only hope that he does this in Detroit, in the land of his father, having Uncle Matthew Stafford putting his hand under his ass.
Yeah.
Your father did extraordinary things here, and you just you were just a turd.
You just showed up and yeah, turd in the punch bowl, baby.
You couldn't do anything. You couldn't kick. You couldn't play. You couldn't do anything. Heck, man, I don't even think you could count to TIN 10.
That's right.
It goes 15 is 1 and 5. So he just goes, he doesn't have to get to 10.
That's right. Yeah. You just 1 and 5. That's all you need.
Cody's wonderful brainchild here of our 10 games in week one that we're looking forward to the most. This includes everything from Thursday to Monday.
That's right.
You
I
go
don't
first.
have many Thursday Friday games on here. I'm going to be honest with you, but I
I
got a
got a,
couple.
cou-
I got a couple. I
I
got a
got a
couple.
couple. All right, what do you got at 10?
At 10, I have UTSA at Texas A&M. Obviously, I think UTSA is going to surprise some people this year. I think they're a real threat in the American. I also happen to think that Texas A&M's not very good. Um, but what I'm intrigued to see is UTSA's defense is probably still not going to be great. They're going to win games in shootouts. I want to see what Texas A&M's defense looks like under Mike Elko and with a second year, him really getting his fingerprint on the program, and B, what Marcel Reed and this offense look like against a pretty bad defense. Because if it's not spectacular, then I'm going to be very worried about Texas A&M. And M. And I also want to see what UTSA's offense looks like against the defense of this caliber.
If A&M doesn't look good versus the Red Runners, people are gonna be like, oh, oh no. And although I think we both think the world of Mike Elko, there was a time where Jeff Traylor could have been the one to replace Jimbo Fisher.
Yeah, 100%. And so, I'm sure the Roadrunners fired up, man. They're meeping.
Meet me, but in Owen McCown versus Marcel Reed.
Give me Owen. Give me Owen, baby.
All right. At 10, I've got your game, the TCU Horned Frogs at the North Carolina Tar Heels.
That's right, baby.
Bill Belichick coaching a college football game. The last one, he gets a standalone game. Uh, TCU is riding like a 4 game winning streak. Maybe they'll have some of the Hypnotoad magic on what Sonny Dykes' site, but hopefully he didn't lose his luggage in the airport like he always does, because we all know that Raleigh Durham Airport just doesn't care.
No, doesn't care at all. Have this game a little higher. Need to stop right here. Are we picking these games? Because if we do, I need to give a pick for UTSA, Texas A&M.
Yes,
I'm going Texas A&M, but I kind of like UTSA to potentially cover. I believe it's a 2 touchdown spread. Might be able to keep it in there.
I think that's right. And I'm going to go with North Carolina here. Belichick, like he's not losing his first home game.
No, no.
All right.
I'll get there, but I don't have. We're not quite high enough yet for that.
All right. Number 9.
Number 9 game you're going to be at Virginia Tech at South Carolina. I'm sure this is probably higher since you are going to be there. That's going to raise your excitement level quite a bit. But obviously, I just want to watch Lenora Sellers play football, man. I'm ready to have that back in my life. I'm ready to have that. I'm also ready to watch him do it against a team that I don't think is very good in the Virginia Tech Hokies. Let's start getting Brent Pry out of here because I'm done with it. I want to see Hokie football be good again. That's a fun thing for all of college football. But yeah, I'm excited to see Lenora Sellers play football.
And you have a pick?
Oh yeah, give me South Carolina. I don't know what the number is, but they're covering it.
I mean, mine's up higher on the list. I don't know if I can pick that game legally.
That's fair. That's fair.
But let's just say you know where my opinions are on this game. So
Yes, 100%.
at number 9 for me, I got the Battle of 1990. I've got Georgia Tech at Colorado.
Hell yeah. That's what I have at 8. So I'll follow your pick with my pick.
It's like Colorado's getting points at home. I think they're getting about 4 last time I checked. Caden Salters, the starting quarterback. He beat out Julian Juju Lewis. It's going to be Haynes King coming in there at altitude. I think he played at Colorado briefly, like when Texas A&M played at Colorado. So I don't think it's his first time playing the Buffaloes. But I'm really curious to see how far back Colorado potentially falls this year. I don't think it'll be by much. It'll be some. Hey, can Georgia Tech, can they take them higher? Can they get people, stand up in wheelchairs on the golden streets of North Avenue?
That's right. The beautiful, beautiful, beautiful North Avenue.
And I've got the Yellow Jackets winning that game.
I also have the Yellow Jackets winning this one. Excited to see it. I mean, I love a good matchup that is in this ilk where like it's not a top 25 matchup, but it's two teams that we're both really intrigued by coming into the season. And so like for a week one matchup, like those are the games that are always going to catch my attention.
100%. So you had one game in Atlanta for the Aflac kickoff. I've got the other one at number 8. I've got Syracuse versus Tennessee.
That's what I have at 7. We're pretty close right here.
This game is going to be really close. I think there's two really well coached teams with Fran Brown at Syracuse and Josh Heupel at Tennessee. Syracuse has the toughest schedule in the ACC by far, which probably includes this game. Tennessee would have probably won this one going away had Nico Iamaleava stayed, but it's going to be Joey Aguilar is a starter with George McIntyre backing him up.
Mhm.
And then Syracuse, it's Steve Angeli, who we thought the starter for Notre Dame was going to be here. I'm so close on this. I could go either way, but I'm going to go Tennessee ultimately winning.
So I'm also gonna lean slightly to Tennessee, but like the reason I'm excited to see this one, the reason I'm intrigued is like A was Syracuse last year a Kyle McCord led flash in the pan, or can Fran Brown sustain this? Like I want to see like even if they lose this game, there will still be signs, and like that's what I want to see that, especially against the tough DC like Tim Banks, a tough defense in Tennessee, but also like we don't like. I feel like everyone is just assuming a lot of things about Tennessee and Josh Heupel right now. I want to see what this looks like. Like, is Joey Aguilar going to prove me wrong? Is this offense still going to be humming at the level that we're used to seeing a Heupel offense humming? I have a lot of questions about both of these teams. I'm excited to see both of these teams, and I think them getting a national spotlight to do that is going to be a lot of fun.
100%. I don't know where you have this game. You may have this one, you may not. At number 7, I've got Auburn at Baylor on
Oh, I've
Friday
got it
night.
high, brother. I've got it
Yeah.
high.
This is the one game against the spread that I feel the most confident that the underdog is going to win. That's Baylor at home. This is so disrespectful to them. Sawyer Robertson's better than Jackson Arnold. I think Dave Aranda is a better coach right now than Hugh Freeze. They got to come into Waco, and I think Auburn is going to probably try to redcoat it. And if you do that, you're going to lose.
Mhm.
And Baylor, I think Baylor is going to go win about 9 games this year. And Sawyer Robinson's about to come out of the Brazos, just like Pat McAfee, ready to take on the effing world, brother.
Yeah, he is. No, I'm excited for this one. I'll unpack it a little bit more here in just a second.
All right. What do you? So you
Number
have six,
six. Number
six,
six.
six.
Yeah. This is where I have North Carolina TCU. And blatant homerism, that's why it's this high. But I mean, like, I've got to see what this Bill Belichick thing looks like. I'm very excited to see Gio Lopez play quarterback for the Tar Heels. Like, I watched a lot of bad quarterback play last year. Jacoby Criswell started quite a few games for North Carolina last year. I have a quarterback that I'm confident in for the Tar Heels. That's a very nice feeling. I'm excited to see this. But we have no idea what this is going to look like. Is Bill Belichick completely out of his depth in college football? Should he even be coaching college football? We truly don't know the answer to these questions. We're going to find out. And I think it's quite fitting that he's playing TCU in a program like like what Sonny Dykes is running there in Fort Worth. Like, it's a well-run program. Like there's no denying that. There's a reason they got to a national championship game. That doesn't happen if you're not doing things the right way. And yes, you have to get things to break right, but regardless, like I think it's a very interesting matchup between two teams that have a lot to prove going into the season. Like TCU, yes, they're on the winning streak, but also like you kind of had a little bit of a disappointing 2024. Can you prove yourself, or is it going to start snowballing by losing to North Carolina in your first game? I'm going to pick the Tar Heels because I'm me, but like I don't feel great about it.
I can see Bill Belichick just pointing at Josh Hoover on the sidelines, just like Gary Bertier, and just the fear P just dribbling down his legs because he's had extra days to think about this.
Yeah, 100%.
All right, at number 6, I've got Alabama at Florida State.
Oh, hell yeah.
Um, in years past, I'd be much more excited than this for this game. Florida State's, basically scraping along at rock bottom. I think we both anticipate they'll be better. Alabama, are they going to go back up and be a playoff contender? Are they going to nosedive a little more? I'm kind of leaning towards the latter. Jam Miller's not going to be playing in this game for Alabama, so it's going to be uh, Thomas Castellanos making his first game for Florida State. Ty Simpson playing at Alabama. I just think that Ryan Williams is going to be too much for the Tony White defense, so I'm going to go with the Crimson Tide to win. Plus, they haven't lost a home game since like '03 or something ridiculous, or
Yeah.
week one game since like '03.
Yeah, no, 100%. I have this one much higher for Thomas Castellanos reasons. I kind of want to see if he backs it up or if he dies, one of the two. So,
All right. Who do you have at five?
five is where I have the Auburn Baylor game. I
Got
am fascinated by this game because I'm a bit like we're big fans of Sawyer Robertson on this program. I do think he is better than Jackson Arnold. I think he's the better quarterback. I'm not convinced that Dave Aranda's the better coach here. I think this is two coaches that are trying to earn my trust, but haven't quite gotten there just yet with their current programs. And it's just a lot like I think this is kind of like a prove it bowl in week one, like more or less. Like prove that you have something, prove that you deserve to be taken seriously. And I think that's kind of what both of these programs are trying to do. And gonna be very interesting to see how it plays out. I'm going with Baylor as well. I don't feel confident about it. Probably one of my least confident picks on here, quite frankly, just because like Auburn probably does have the talent advantage top to bottom, if we're being completely honest about
Yeah,
it.
I can see that.
And like sometimes that's just going to win out. But at the same time, quarterback's a pretty damn important position, and I do think Baylor has the advantage there. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. But I'm excited for this one. This is one I'm going to definitely have on a main screen.
Also, shout out to Baylor, scheduling people in the non-conference. It wasn't that long ago where Art Riles refused to do that. Very Kurt Signetti
Oh
of
yeah,
him. And now Baylor's like, oh, we'll play anybody anywhere.
yep.
I don't think Dave Aranda doesn't operate in fear. He doesn't believe in fear. He just views that as like he's the sensei.
He's so zenned out. It's crazy.
Number five on my list is probably not on yours. Yes, it's a homer pick. I've got Marshall at Georgia.
Yeah, I don't have that one, but that's okay. I fully expected you to.
So Marshall, I think, is actually riding the longest winning streak in college football. I think it's 7 games. Wikipedia was wrong, so we've been saying this wrong all year. But it's been a lot, and like all their team pretty much left for Southern Miss to go follow Charles Huff. Tony Gibson's here saying stuff. Yeah, that's not going to work out for you. Georgia hasn't lost a week one game since 2013 at Clemson. It's going to be Gunnar Stockton's first home start between the hedges. I want to see him throw the ball to Zachariah Branch a bunch. Dave Frazier going off. I want to be feeling better about this, like last year. Like, oh my God, I'm sweating out the Clemson game in Atlanta, and then in the second half, like, oh, Georgia looks dominant.
Yeah,
We need this because we can't lose to Tennessee or Alabama.
that's right. Who you picking, Bueller?
Go dogs.
That's right. I would also pick Georgia in this matchup, just to be very clear about that.
Yes. All right.
At four, I've got Miami Notre Dame. I'm assuming you probably have this a little
Sam.
bit. Oh, you also have it four? Sweet.
Yeah.
I am. I actually, when I was going into getting my top 10 games down, I thought this would probably be higher. But the more I think about it, I'm having a harder time getting excited for this one than I should be, I think. It does have a standalone spot, well, sort of, on Sunday night. Two games being played that night. Obviously, the one in Atlanta and then this one. But I look at this game and like I think there's a chance it's probably played pretty boring. And like
Yeah.
just like thinking about the two styles that we're gonna see, like Notre Dame isn't gonna let Miami throw it all over the yard with Carson Beck. Like Notre Dame's too good defensively for that to be the case. But I also I don't think Notre Dame's offense is really necessarily that capable of like lighting the world on fire. I think they're good, but I just don't think that they're good. Like they're not a run up the score type of team. That's not Marcus Freeman in this program's style, frankly. So I just think that like watchability wise, it could be a little bit more boring than people expect because you're going to see a top 10 matchup. But it is a top 10 matchup in week one, so there's an inherent level of excitement for there. So that's why it landed at four. I'm going with Notre Dame. I don't trust Miami at all.
It never occurred to me that was a top 10 matchup. And even though I'm wearing like a Miami sort of looking shirt, this is Atlanta, baby. This isn't Miami. It's the Carson Beck shirt. I don't think he knows who the Black Bears are.
Are they on Snapchat?
There's a chance that Chris Robinson's ex-wife might be.
Or other online platforms, either or.
Uh, Penny Lane is in my ears and in my heart.
Hmm.
Uh, so, Beck's going to throw the ball. He's going to probably turn it over to Jeremiah Love's going to be able to run the ball. And I don't know if CJ Carr is going to be, this is not a good matchup for him, I don't think. Mario Cristobal versus Marcus Freeman. Marcus Freeman can lose to anybody. Mario Cristobal loses to himself a lot. So, just for hilarity purposes, I'm going to go with Notre Dame winning because I think it'd be funny if Miami lost.
Yeah, just hilarious. Another season of hyped Miami starts going downhill in week one.
I
It's a good
know.
narrative. It's a good narrative for us.
I know that would be great. Okay. So who do you have at three?
At three is where I have Bama, Florida State. They're not only without Alabama's not only without Jam Miller, they're out without one of their best defensive linemen that came out yesterday. Gonna be missing him for a couple of weeks. I'm curious to see what Ty Simpson looks like, man, because I understand you brought in Gus Bus, I understand you brought in Thomas Castellanos and Deuce Robinson and all these pieces on offense. The defense is going to be the calling card of Florida State though, and this is going to be a like I think people are overlooking this as like a real test for Ryan Grubb and Ty Simpson, especially without Jam Miller on the field. Like we don't know what this is going to look like. I've had my doubts about Alabama throughout the entire offseason, and Florida State is not a national championship contender. Florida State is not on the same level as Alabama. But in week one, anything is possible. Like anything could get out of hand here. And like if things start snowballing for Alabama, this could be a very interesting game, a very weird game, and one that sets the wrong tone for Alabama. I'm still taking Alabama to win to be very clear. But I think it's probably going to be a much closer game than some Alabama fans are certainly expecting.
Like Kevin Garnett said, anything is possible when impossible is nothing. And at number three, I've got the game that I'm going to be going to and covering. I've got South Carolina versus Virginia Tech and Atlanta. Me and the new boss, Michael Collins, are going to be going down there, going to be covering the Gamecocks and the Hokies. Really excited to see Lenore Sellers in person. Really excited to see Shane Beamer and Brent Pry in the flesh. Really excited to see if Virginia Tech is going to take that leap that they need to under Brent Pry, and if South Carolina is going to be as for real as we think they are. Very bullish on the Gamecocks, not so much on the Hokies, and I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, 100%.
And I think we have the same teams in the top two games in the top two. Is it the same order?
It's a pretty obvious top two. Let's be very clear. Like if you're not excited for these, check your pulse, brother. But number two, I have LSU-Clemson.
Yeah.
I actually really wanted to put this at number one, but I just couldn't. I couldn't at the end of the day justify it. But I'm super excited for this game, man. Like I'm gonna be buzzing on Saturday night when we're recording the reaction show. Like I'm gonna be ready to rock. My national championship pick going against the team that I'm kind of sticking my neck out for in LSU a little bit. And also a national championship game preview for me as well, apparently, because that's where we ended up. But I mean, I think this could be crazy. Like we're gonna see what if LSU's defense is for real with the way they've rebuilt it under Blake Baker and the transfer portal. We're gonna see Garrett Nussmeier against probably a top three defense that he's going to face this season in terms of talent, at least with what Clemson is able to do. We're going to see Clemson, Cade Klubnik, this receiving core, see what they're capable of against an SEC defense. Like this is what you want in a college football game. I don't care if it's week one or any. Like this is a hell of a college football game. Battle for Death Valley. Let's get a narrative in there as well that we love to see. Like I'm so freaking excited for this game.
Battle for Death Valley, 100%. Two Heisman contenders there. Garrett Nussmeier and Cade Klubnik. Coach who's won two national titles. A guy who's been to two national titles and hasn't won anything yet.
Has not. And I don't think he's going to win this game either. Clemson gets the dub.
Now, I'm going to take Clemson as well here. I think that there's going to be a lot of orange storming the field, and there's going to be a meme from this game.
Oh God, yeah. One might like the over under might be set at 2.5, brother. Like we're one is low.
We are we are memeing per quarter there, brother. There from some
That's
South Carolina.
right.
And then at number one, the Mecca of college football for the weekend, it's going to be Texas at Ohio State. It's Lee Corso's final college game day. Shout out to you, LC. Dave Portnoy is going to be there for a Big Noon Kickoff. I wonder how Brady Quinn feels about it.
Probably not great. I'll tell you that.
Matt Leinart probably just is going to be just he's but Matt Leinart has the ultimate what is it the alpha pro quarterback energy of FaceTiming you all the time.
Oh, 100%. Like he's probably gonna like little brother Dave Portnoy, and like Portnoy's gonna like have a vendetta against him for the rest of the season.
Yes, Mark Ingram's like, I don't know why I'm here.
Mark Ingram's like, roll tide. I don't know. Like, I don't know what to say. But like, obviously, this is number one, man. Arch Manning's like not his debut, but really his debut. This is his debut, if we're being real about it. His debut on by far the biggest stage that he's ever played on. Julian Sayin also making his debut. You have Ohio State rebuilding from a national championship roster that they lost a ton of talent from, but you still have Jeremiah Smith. You still got Caleb Downs. You still got Ryan Day. We get to see Matt Patricia coach a defense, which I'm sickly excited to see what that looks like. I mean, I have LSU Clemson as my national championship game. There's a non-zero chance this is a national championship preview as well. These are two of the best teams in the country, two of the best programs in the country. And not only is it rare that we get to see, 1-3 or like this level of matchup in week one, but it's even more rare that when we see this level of matchup that it is happening in a place like the Shoe. Like normally this is a neutral site game if we're seeing this. We think back to like Georgia Clemson of years past and stuff like that being played in Atlanta. If you play that in Death Valley, if you played that in Athens, it raises the environment, it raises the excitement, and this is going to be raucous to say the least.
Yes. Yes. Julian Sain's first start for Ohio State, Arch Manning's first start for Texas. You got Matt Patricia coordinating defense for Ohio State, Brian Hartline calling plays, eat your heart out. Pete Kwiatkowski trying to see if he can be a head coach next year. Steve Sarkisian versus Ryan Day. We both know they're both going to screw something up hellaciously because it's in their blood.
Oh yeah, 100%. It's built
Um,
in.
the officiating is going to be dog food bad. I'm almost certain of that. Really think Texas has a fantastic defense, really well-rounded team. I just think Ohio State's got the best two players on the field in Caleb Downs and Jeremiah Smith. Because well, here's how I would make my pick. So I am the son of Jilly Bean. She was not born, but she was raised along the banks of the Olentangy and the Scioto River in the shadows of Jack Nicklaus. Um, Went to the first original Wendy's all the time. Skyline chili, that's just what we bleed in this household. It's not necessarily Ohio State, it's more Muck Michigan is basically what I was raised.
Mm-hmm.
And, as a Georgia alum and from the state of Georgia, growing up, I only hated two things. I hated oppressive dictatorships and being added on slack. Now I can add three more things here. That's wine, cheese, and Texas hordes. Now give me Buckeyes.
Brother, hook 'em. It's
Oh,
Texas,
no,
baby. No, dude,
no.
it's hook 'em this week. The way where I keep coming down to this is you mentioned Texas's defense, and I keep looking at this like everyone's talking about what does Arch Manning do? Man, I think Arch Manning can play bad in this game and Texas still wins. And I don't think that's necessarily the case for Ohio State. I don't think the defense is on the same level as what Texas is going to be able to throw out there. I think that when I look at this, if Julian Sayin plays bad, this might be a blowout. If Julian Sayin plays well, there's still a chance that Texas can do enough to like limit the damage. And like I just see more paths to victory for Texas than I do Ohio State in this game. Do I think that's going to be the case if they were to meet in the college football playoff? I think a lot will have changed by then. But just with this matchup being in week one, I I just think the Texas roster is just better.
So we know Julian Saint's nickname is Gnome because know what I'm saying?
No, no, I'm saying
Know what I'm saying? Nah, man. Nah, man. And if it's good for Arch Manning, he's the Golden Arches.
that's
And
right.
if
Yeah, I like
and,
that.
and if it's bad, he's Dumbo, man.
He's Cooper's son.
They grow some cartilage in that family
That's
out here.
right.
And we'll just leave it at that. But I'm excited. I could be totally wrong with any of these games,
Oh yeah.
and I'm okay with that.
Week
I
one
think
picks are a fool's errand. That's the one thing you always got to know because the truth is we only know but so much about what these teams are going to look like once you get out on the field and once that whistle blows.
isn't that right? And speaking of fools, Aaron, let's move on to our penultimate topic with the Antonio Banderas Bowl of the Week. I was a little preoccupied getting engaged, but there was some stuff that happened there in Dublin. I think the big thing was he covered himself in grass to
Mhm.
try to sneak up on not how to catch a predator, but how to catch Matt Campbell because we knew that he was going to be swarmed by all the people talking to him in the media and everything like that. Um, he stopped returning Antonio's haikus. So stopped returning Antonio haikus, and he was a little upset.
Yeah, he was a little upset, and so he tried to camouflage himself in the scenery of Dublin, as one does, which is grass, naturally. And I had to tell him that it was not it. you could still tell it was Antonio. He didn't put any grass on his thong because he didn't want any grass stains on there. And I was like, well, that kind of defeats the purpose since it's a bright blue thong. And Matt Campbell noticed him right away as soon as he got onto the field, and immediately tried to have him banned. So Antonio spent at least the first half. I lost him for the third quarter. Don't know what happened there, but he spent at least the first half just running laps around the stadium with security not being smart enough to just turn the other direction and like corner him in.
I don't know if you saw that those two K-State guys beating each other up, but
Oh,
like
yeah. Avery Johnson's parents.
yeah, and Josh Payton lost in all of this. I think Ari Wasserman believed that K-State had a lead. So did Antonio.
That's right.
But Antonio caused all of that for sure. And I don't know how we were able to get him back on the plane to come back to the States, but I think what happened was he was able to get in contact with Bono and he could basically do whatever he wants. So he basically got pardoned essentially is what I was told.
Pardon might be a strong word, but they're letting it slide. I think is more what more the terms that this were negotiated here by Antonio.
I think the highlight of my weekend was, besides getting engaged, was Antonio standing up on top of the goalpost, screaming, "Hello, hello! I'm at a place called Vertigo." Um,
And then we had to tell him, Antonio, we got to go. We're leaving with or without you.
and he still hasn't found what he's looking for,
That's
which is
right.
which is Matt Campbell. But we flew across the pond, and then we're going to a place where our founding fathers, in the state that you were born, over there in Charlottesville, Virginia, with Coastal Carolina taking on the Virginia Cavaliers.
Yeah, you know, I people may not know this about Antonio, big Dave Matthews guy. So Charlottesville is basically like, he's good friends with Bono, but he's not about Joshua Tree. He wants to go to Charlottesville. And big Dave Matthews Band fan, doesn't listen to any of the albums, only the live stuff, obviously. And he was like, we've got to go there. And we were like, well, are you sure? And he goes, Myrtle Beach meets Dave Matthews. There's nothing better for me.
That was the most cognizant sense he's ever had. Oh yeah, Def Leppard and Dave Matthews. It's like when Antonio wants to be party, it's Def Leppard. When he wants to be deep, which is about as deep as a puddle, it's Dave Matthews. Come on, oh yeah.
That's right.
I mean, obviously he was a huge deal in the '90s. So was Dave Matthews. They know each other. They write each other birthday cards and postcards.
That's right. I'm sure Dave got one from Dublin with
Yes,
with Matt Campbell's, like a lock of Matt Campbell's hair put in there.
I'm not saying that they were at each other's groom's wedding parties, but probably.
Oh yeah, I mean it's a non 90% chance.
Right. This is what I'm actually kind of really afraid of, and I'm glad you didn't see this earlier. It was about to be a scene. So we are coming into Charlottesville. We are on I-64,
Mhm.
and Antonio decided to, we had to stop the van. We had to stop the bus that we're on. I mean, it's his van. He could do whatever he wants. And he's like, hold on, I got to stop over and pee. I'm like, you're going to get on the list. He's like, it's fine. So we're standing over the Ravenna River, and he wants to open up the tank like Dave Matthews because he brought the biggest piece of poo from in the world. Bono is in the tank. So he smuggled Bono and wants to put him in the river.
I'm very glad I wasn't here for this. Wouldn't have known what to do. I thought we were just going to go see some Revolutionary and Civil War sites, but apparently not. Apparently Antonio had no interest in that.
No, the other two things that he wants to do. First off, he doesn't know that Thomas Jefferson and George Washington are two different people.
Mm, I mean, tracks, 100%.
I mean, he's from Spain, so
Yeah,
like,
we'll give him a pass on the American history.
the two other things that really scares me is he knows about the lawn there in
Mm,
Charlottesville,
yeah.
and he saw old school on the bus, so he wants to go streaking across the lawn. I'm like, this is a very good school. They don't want you to do that. But he's like, but Myrtle Beach.
You got to bring the Myrtle Beach to Charlottesville, and Antonio is going to do that, unfortunately.
And the last thing that he was telling me, he is an actor after all.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And his favorite author, I mean, his favorite bands are Dave Matthews and Def Leppard. He loves him some Edgar Allan Poe.
Of course. Yeah. Telltale Heart, Raven, and he's all about it.
Yeah, that's why he wants to swim in the Ravenna River like Edgar Allan Poe. He's also really into burning other people's furniture because that's what Poe did, apparently.
That's what Poe and Pat did. Yeah.
All right. I know he's got some other stuff planned for you. What's Charlottesville? You've been in Virginia more than me, which is until now I've never been there before.
Yeah, so one of the things he's definitely told me that he's excited about is he wants to, Antonio at the end of the day he's a sweetheart and he wants to see my homeland. See what it's all about. And I'm like, brother, Lynchburg's not particularly close to Charlottesville. It's about an hour and a half drive. And he's like, we'll walk it. And I'm like, that's also a bad idea. So when I checked into Charlottesville, Antonio was not there. I think he was going walking to Lynchburg. And when he does, he might not like Liberty University is in Lynchburg, Lynchburg, Virginia, and I don't think Liberty is really made for Antonio. We might need to take Antonio to Liberty at some point, though. I think that's a future venture.
I would agree. I think Antonio likes freedom more than prison, and this is false start, but that's okay.
Yeah, I mean Liberty is kind of the meeting point of freedom in prison.
It's at the intersection of freedom and prison.
Yeah, yeah.
The other thing is it's because Antonio knows everybody. He knows Chris Long through his dad, Howie Long, because Firestorm movie actor.
That's right.
And his two favorite UVA players of all time are Chris Long and Abrikashaw Ferguson.
Yeah, but he can't say to Brickashaw.
He
It's
calls him
that's
Fergie.
that's Bulldog Ferguson, baby.
Uh, Sometimes it's Turd Ferguson when he's been drinking.
That's right.
But Antonio has rented out the Airbnb, which Chris Long doesn't realize that's actually his old apartment. So gonna be
It's a studio. We're all three in there.
yeah, all the people who didn't care that who Chris Long was, we paid them to go literally anywhere else. I think they went to like go to an Apple store.
Yeah. Has Antonio mentioned about trying to find Tony Bennett? I think we have to break his heart a little bit because he was really excited to meet Tony Bennett, and I don't have the heart to tell him that he's not around anymore.
I don't think he knows the difference between Bennett and Tony Elliott, so we'll pass him off as Tony Bennett.
I like it. That's a good plan. Good plan.
Also, the way Antonio says Chanticleer is how does he say Chanticleer?
I don't know if that's podcast appropriate, Bueller.
Let's just say we have to bleep out the first and the second part of this.
Exactly.
So we're like, just because we don't have to go to jail and have people storm over him in Charlottesville, just for that reason, they're the chickens.
They're the chickens, the teal chickens, and I'm
Pollo Verde, Pollo Verde.
Pollo Fair. Interestingly enough, I'm pretty sure somewhere down the road in New Mexico, there's probably a restaurant that sells or like has a dish called Pollo Verde.
And he loves it, and he's gonna have an absolute blast in Charlottesville. And I guess the next place, I don't know where we're gonna go for. Actually, we do know where we're gonna go. We are gonna be going a little bit further west next week.
Mhm.
We're gonna be going to the land of bears and horses.
That's right. It's right off the yellow brick road in the Dallas Fort Worth area.
Not far from the Barry Morton Salt Flats.
That's right. Yeah, Antonio's gonna want to go hunting.
If I could sleep, if I lived alone, give me some melatonin. Billy Edwards Jr. Let's move on to some Just Like Novocaine. God,
Yes,
that was
sir.
so good.
Yes, sir.
And obviously, we're doing Dave Matthews Band.
Hmm.
So, with it being the season, we're not doing personalities anymore. We're doing games.
Hmm.
Like which of these Dave Matthews songs best epitomizes a game happening this weekend? Some of these may have been mentioned in TI and 10, which is okay. And if not, we'll make a pick again or reiterate what it is. So let's move on to the first one. My favorite Dave Matthews song, Trippin' Billies.
Yeah. So eat, drink, and be merry, for our tomorrow will die. That's Southern Miss, Mississippi State. Tomorrow they're both going to realize that it's not going to go well. Your Southern Miss, why Charles Huff is going to be wondering why he left West Virginia for or Marshall, West Virginia for this. Jeff Lebby's going to be wondering how the hell he ended up in Starkville. Not really optimistic about either of these programs moving forward, but hey, you get week one together to eat, drink, and be merry. I'm
I
going with
love it.
Mississippi State to win this game.
There we go. Let's get the Clung Wangs a win there. Trippy Billies for me, that's going to be Marshall at Georgia for the same reason. Eat, drink, and be merry for tomorrow will die. Uh, a winning streak is going to die. It's either going to be Marshall's 7 game winning streak or it's going to be Georgia's 31 games in a row at home.
Mhm.
Obviously, Georgia's going to win this game, but when people come in from Huntington, West Virginia to watch the Dogs in the Thundering Herd teed up between the hedges in the Jim Donnan Bowl, they got to eat, drink, and be merry before tomorrow they'll die. Uh, Jim Donnan in shambles right now. You weren't ready for that.
I was not. I was not at all.
And I think that song came out when he was coaching, maybe.
Probably. You're not wrong. Dave's been around for a little bit.
Also, all these songs are like Antonio loves Dave Matthews because like ba 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 ba. It's very Peter Griffin music.
Oh, 100%. Why, burn.
And let's go on to a song that you may like and I think kind of sucks. It's gonna crash into me.
Oh, I mean, it's a fine song, but it's just his most famous song, I would probably argue. Going you Albany, Iowa in this one. Just because I like to imagine Kirk Ferentz sitting after watching Mark Gronowski in a functional offense play a game on Saturday afternoon, and he comes in and he's just crashing to me, like just thinking about Mark. Mark Gronowski's got him feeling himself. I'm going Iowa in this game, but yeah, I just imagine Kirk Ferentz just blasting this from his office after watching a functional quarterback play offense.
He had his ball and he had his chain, but Brian's gone. And for this, I've got Toledo at Kentucky because you've got your ball, you've got your chain. Toledo's ball and chain is Jason Candle. Mark Stoops is that for Kentucky. Um, if Kentucky loses this, oh no.
Could get bad in a hurry.
Uh, the Kroger Field is going to look like a Kroger after, snow happens in the metro Atlanta area. It will look like Murder Kroger.
I was about to say Murder Kroger. It's gonna look like Murder Kroger. Uh, pre like 2021 ish.
Yes. And I'm actually going to go to Murder Kroger after this.
Hell yeah, brother. The
Eh,
new and improved Murder Kroger.
it's a Kroger, right?
That's right.
And I'm going to go with Toledo winning this game.
Hell yeah. Chaos. I love it.
Love it. Um, whether at Murder Kroger or, Dublin Island, don't drink the water. What do you got for that?
I got New Mexico, Michigan, baby. Um, not wasn't trying to make a Flint, Michigan reference when I first picked this, but here we are anyway. That's the way it broke down. But no, you go and you look at the lyrics of "Don't Drink the Water." It's come out, no use in hiding. Michigan didn't release a depth chart for this game, and I don't know if you happen to see what New Mexico did. They had Forrest Gump listed at their running back, Ethan Hunt at defensive end, just complete like shenanigans trying to get back at Michigan. No use in hiding though. New Mexico's going to be one of the worst teams in college football this year, and Bryce Underwood might look like a star in this game because the Lobos are not going to have a good time in Ann Arbor.
No, no, they're not. But Jason Eck is just got. Is he going to play Jack Bauer at a inside linebacker or outside linebacker?
I don't know, man. Maybe a hybrid. Maybe a hybrid.
Who else would be on there? Scooby Doo, Taco MacArthur.
Taco Chalupa Batman.
Oh my God. Don't drink the water. That's what I got for Texas, Ohio State. The losing coach is going to come out of the horseshoe screaming, "Don't drink the water. There's blood in the water."
Matthew McConaughey is going to be on the sidelines just saying that in Steve Sarkisian's ear.
It's mostly just after Matt Patricia having a heart attack midfield. And I've obviously got Ohio State winning that.
Yeah, yeah. We got Gray Street next. Is that right?
Bear, 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 bear. It's different than Trippin' Billies. Bear, 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 bear. I do love me some Gray Street. Who do you got for that game?
I've got Cal Oregon State for
Me
one line.
too.
Yes. Is it for this one line? Am I supposed to take it on myself to get out of this place? Because that's why I have it.
I've got, hey, how do I come to this? I dream myself 1,000 times the road, but I can't get out of this place. Uh,
Yes.
Oregon State in the Pac-12, Cal in the ACC.
Also,
This
Justin Wilcox in Cal.
JKS versus JKS beat out Devin Brown, who can't throw a football, and then
Yeah, not
it's
at all.
Malik Murphy versus Trent Bray. This is actually gonna be a really good game, I think.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. There's no doubt about that. I'm gonna go with Oregon State just because I think Cal is just in a really bad spot, but it's gonna be fun. No doubt about that.
Yeah, I think I got Oregon State as well. Malik Murphy's a more proven quarterback. Trent Bray's in year two. It's in Corvallis. Be a rocking environment. Plus, these teams played in the Pac-12 North for years. They hate
Hmm.
each other. I
Yeah,
love this.
yeah. Good game that ultimately means nothing, but hey, we're here for
It's all about the space between. What do you got for that?
it. That's Marshall in Georgia. For me, not a whole lot of space between West Virginia and Athens, really, when you break it down. Like, could be across the country, but in terms of what these programs are, there could not be a bigger space between. My God, man, like Marshall. Charles Huff wanted out of Marshall so bad that he took a worse job and then said, all my good players are coming with me. Marshall's going to be awful this year, quite frankly. And Georgia's probably a national championship contender. So I'm going to go with the dogs, taking this one pretty comfortably.
I love that. I do not love this song. This is probably one of my ten least favorite songs ever. Like as growing up, I'm like, I used to hear it on the radio. I'm like, the space between two boards against my head.
It's bottom tier Dave Matthews. It's not great.
It's the pretender of Dave
There
Matthews.
we go.
Some people like it. It's not me. For this, I've got Alabama at Florida State because you cannot quit me so quickly. There's no hope in you for me. Obviously, I've got Alabama winning this game, but like this is all about Kalen DeBoer
Mhm.
and Mike Norvell. You can't you can't quit him so quickly. There's no hope in you for me. I really don't trust Kalen DeBoer here, and
Yep.
I think people can't quit Mike Norvell for some reason.
Florida State can't, unfortunately, for them.
The space between them getting out of this place, great on a gray street,
That's right.
is get rid of their trip and billing coach, but don't drink the water because it's poison. So rather than crash into me, let's go into the most duty bro of Dave Matthews songs of all time. Ants marching. Da 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 da.
Still bangs, don't care. Song
Yeah.
absolutely slaps. He wakes up in the morning, does his teeth, bite to eat, and he's rolling. Never changes a thing. We're going to Southern California, baby. Missouri
Yes.
State, USC. Look, Lincoln Riley hasn't changed a damn thing. Lincoln Riley's still Lincoln Riley, and I would say for better or for worse, but we know it's for worse at this point, man. USC's gonna win this game comfortably. I'm not worried about that in this game, but like it's probably going to be the exact same thing we've seen from every USC season since Lincoln Riley's been there. People are going to be like, "Oh, the offense is fixed," and it's everyone. We're going to have to be the ones that come in on Monday and say, "Brother, you played Missouri State. Of course, it was fixed against Missouri State. Start playing real teams and see what we look like because that hasn't worked out very well for you."
Yeah, I'll still take USC to win that game, but like uh yeah, he's the guy that pretends like Jay Buffett, but his real favorite band is Dave Matthews.
Oh, 100%.
Do you think he coaches skin boat shoes?
He puts boat shoes inside sneakers or whatever.
In reality, there's other oversized sneakers, so he looks like he's wearing clown shoes because he's a
That's right.
clown.
I need a size 13 3 E.
Do you think for Halloween that they'd make Rex Ryan dress up as Bozo the Clowns? Rob
I,
Ryan the Clown.
I don't think they needed to make him do anything. I think he just showed up looking like that.
I'm surprised he can be within 500 yards of a school.
Aren't we all? Aren't we
Are we?
all?
And for me, for ants marching, I've got LSU at Clemson for the same thing. He wakes up in the morning, does his teeth, bites, eat, and he's rolling, never changes a thing. That's all about Brian Kelly, and that's all about Dabo Swinney. Dabo Swinney is just learning who Dave Matthews is right now.
Oh, 100%. It's not in the Jock Jams rotation quite yet.
No, and Brian Kelly likes two things: Dave Matthews Band and No Jonas Brothers.
100%.
Never changes a thing. Uh, I like to move it.
Absolutely. Our dancing king, Brian Kelly.
I mean, we're not a bunch of dancing Nancy's here, but this was episode 204 of False Start. You can follow me, John Buhler, on Twitter, the X. You can follow Cody Williams at the Sissel20. You can follow the show at CFB False Start. Like, rate, listen, subscribe, review on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, anywhere there's podcasts. Give us a 5-star review. Please, this is how many fingers you need to hold onto a football unless you're Jason Pierre-Paul, then you can do Savi.
That's right. The chopsticks, baby.
Um, if he ever got sick and he had to go, get some, he has like leukemia, would he be chemo savvy?
Jesus Christ.
That's so bad.
Oh my God.
Yeah. But I mean, JPP, he's chemo savvy when he busts rhymes, big like Liam rhymes because he's all about value. Bert Cavich get the mad hits, changing the mad. We'll do bare naked ladies at some point too.
Absolutely. We got to.
Um, I- Jesus.
If we go to like a Minnesota game or like somewhere like that, like that's as close as Canada as we're gonna get. So that's when we'll do BNL.
I mean, if we're gonna do Floyd, like it might as well. I think it's back there, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, it's close enough.
I mean, bare naked lady is a pig. It's the same thing, right,
That's
Antonio?
right. Bulldog.
Bull, Bulldog. Well, here's to the Bulldogs winning. Here's to the Tar Heels winning, and here's to every single one of your favorite teams winning, even though half of them are going to lose.
Yeah, some of you may start 0-1, but that doesn't mean we don't love you any less.
Even if you are a loser, there's space for you to be a starter because this is False Start.